Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. This is Bug No Jutsu, and in today's video we're going to look at a simple yet practical problem from LeetCode, 1757 recyclable and low-fat products. If you're just starting out with SQL or Pandas, this problem is the perfect place to begin. It involves real-world concepts like filtering products based on characteristics, a task you'll frequently encounter in real data science projects, back-end APIs, or inventory management systems. In this video we'll break the problem down, walk through a detailed example, solve it in both MySQL and Pandas, and finally discuss a few key insights that can help you in interviews or real-world tasks. Let's first understand what the problem is asking. You are given a dataset. Think of it like a product catalog in an online grocery store or a retail system. Each product in the dataset comes with two key pieces of information. First, whether the product is low-fat. This could be a healthy food item like yogurt or a baked chip that's marketed as low-fat. Second, whether the product is recyclable, that is, whether the product's packaging can be recycled or not. Now, both of these attributes are binary or categorical. They're either marked as Y for yes or N for no. So each product has product ID, which uniquely identifies it, a low_fats field that's either or, and a recyclable field that's also either Y or N. The goal is simple. Return the product IDs of all the products that are both low-fat and recyclable. In other words, we want to filter the dataset to only include those products where both of those attributes are set to Y. Think of this as applying a real-world filter when you're shopping and you check two checkboxes on the website. One for low-fat, and one for recyclable. The website then only shows products that match both. And that's exactly what we want to replicate using SQL or Pandas. Let's understand how this works with an example, in a more story-driven and practical way. Imagine you're running a sustainability-focused grocery store. Your goal is to promote only those products that are healthy for the body and the environment. So you decide to filter out all the products that are not both low-fat and recyclable. You receive a dataset from your supplier. It has multiple products. Let's say the first product is a protein bar. It's labeled as low-fat, but its packaging is not recyclable. It uses plastic wrap that isn't eco-friendly, so this product doesn't qualify. The second product is a bottle of almond milk. It's low-fat, and the bottle is made of recyclable plastic. Perfect. This is a product you'd promote. The third product is a large pack of chips. It is not low-fat. It's loaded with oil and calories, but the bag is recyclable. Even though it's good for the environment, it fails your low-fat requirement, so you skip it. Another product, let's say a fruit cup, is both low-fat and comes in a recyclable paper bowl. Great! This is another product that qualifies. So when you apply the filter, low-fat and recyclable, you end up with only a subset of all products. That subset includes only those that check both boxes. This logic applies whether you're working with a spreadsheet, a database, or a data frame in Python. You're essentially applying a dual-condition filter and retrieving only the identifiers of the products that match both criteria. In this way, you build a final list, just the product_IDs of those that are good for the body and good for the planet. Let's look at how we would solve this using SQL, specifically MySQL. In SQL, we'll use a simple select query with a where clause that combines both conditions using the and keyword. We are selecting the product_ID from the products table where low_fats is Y, and recyclable is also Y. This is a very straightforward example of a multi-condition filter, one of the most common operations in any SQL query. This kind of Boolean filtering is super useful, especially when working with real-world datasets in data science, or when building back-end systems that process user preferences. Whether you're building dashboards, APIs, or just analyzing data, this simple logic goes a long way. Clean, readable, and efficient, just the way we like it. And there you go. The code runs perfectly and gives us exactly what we need. A filtered list of product IDs that are both low-fat and recyclable. Now let's look at how you would solve this using Pandas in Python. You start with a data frame. Assume you've already read your product data into it, using pdread_csv or any similar method. Then you apply a Boolean filter. You check two conditions. Products of low_fats == Y. Products of recyclable == Y. and you combine them with the AND operator inside square brackets. This gives you a filtered data frame containing only the rows where both conditions are true. Finally, you select only the product_ID column and return that as the result. Now, what can we learn from this problem beyond just the query? First, this is a great example of how real-world filtering works. Whether it's an e-commerce filter, a business report, or a machine learning pre-processing step. Second, it teaches us that even simple filters can be powerful. In SQL, understanding the basics of where and/or is fundamental, and here you get to use them in a real dataset. Third, in Pandas, this kind of Boolean indexing is absolutely essential. As datasets grow, being able to slice them cleanly based on conditions is a critical skill. And lastly, this problem reinforces clean thinking. Always ask yourself, what's the exact condition I want the data to meet? The better you define that in your head, the better your query or code will be. And that's a wrap on today's video. This was LeetCode problem 1757, Recyclable and Low-Fat Products. A simple but powerful example of how to filter data effectively using SQL and Pandas. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on which version SQL or Pandas you prefer for these kinds of problems. And if you want to see more LeetCode SQL and Python walkthroughs, check out the playlist link below. We've got tons of examples that build up your skills step by step. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Only on Bug No Jutsu.